And then, guys, I want you to focus on Manchester United, because I keep receiving many questions on Carlos Baleba, and I'm not surprised that Manchester United decided not to invest money on any other midfielder in the summer transfer window. I'm not surprised, because I always told you here in the channel that my feeling is that Manchester United will keep their interest alive in 2026 for Carlos Baleba. They tried for Baleba in the summer transfer window this year. They tried, but from Brighton was a very clear no. They didn't want to sell the player. They didn't even want to indicate a price. So Man United at some point at the beginning of August were talking to Brighton and to the agents of the player. The player was keen on the move. But talking to Brighton, the approach was something like, okay, do you have a number? So we can think how to reach that number to try to get Carlos Baleba. But the answer from Brighton was no number, no price tag, nothing. We want to keep the player. And so it was impossible to proceed for Baleba. But I can tell you that for 2026, the idea of Manchester United remains Carlos Baleba. So I'm sure that he will not be cut off the list of Manchester United for 2026. They were very happy with the enthusiasm of the player in opening the doors to Manchester United, even without Champions League football, even without European football. Baleba was very open to joining Man United, and the club really appreciated that. For Ruben Amorim, he is considered the perfect midfielder. I told you several times how Ruben Amorim wants intensity in midfield, and Carlos Baleba is seen as the perfect player for the next step of the project. Then obviously we have to see how it will continue between Man United and Ruben Amorim, but the idea is to keep the name of Carlos Baleba very high on the list, because it's a name approved by the coach, it's a name approved by the recruitment team, it's a name approved by the management, so they all want Baleba. It was not possible this summer, but Man United, instead of spending maybe 30, 40, 50, 60 millions on another midfielder that maybe they don't trust 100%, or maybe was not available on the market, because sometimes in the market is also like this. You want to cover a position, but there is no player for that position, and so maybe it's better to save your money and spend in 6 months, in 12 months, or whatever. So the idea of Manchester United remains to keep close eye to the situation of Carlos Baleba, also for 2026, as they are very, very interested in the player, and they really appreciated how he was behaving during the negotiation, again, with Manchester United.